Let's go ahead and continue. Profit factor. I feel like I've got a blocked nose.
I must thank you, esteemed Magos. After your intervention, I feel 50 years younger. Both my knee implants are as good as new.
I agreed to help out of respect for the priceless array of augmentations placed in your body. Such sacred creations deserve the best maintenance available.
So those two are getting close, huh? They're letting him touch his legs, his knees, giving him massages and all of that. It's crazy.
As it should be.
The governor's palace is opulent. The glint, finishes, and plaster are updated regularly and frequently. It seems too frequently, even for a building situated on the coast. What
I'll
else?
lay claim to the stars.
So I guess we're gonna roam around here till we find rebel stuff. Servitors, mechanical parts. Oh. The servitors, mechanical parts. What the fuck? It's still not. Produce a quiet whirring, occasionally interrupted by clicking. I think we've seen that before. Alright, let's try and get all the loot first.
It's about time.
Back door. Old servant. Old servant, hearing your footsteps, the elderly servant grabs an injector and stabs it into his arm. The area around the needle immediately starts turning black. You're too late. Viet's dogs. I'm the master of my own fate. But when he gets a better look at you, the man drops the injector in astonishment and seems poised to prostrate himself on the floor before you. It's you, your lordship. The God Emperor must have brought you here. I beg you, help the rebels and save Janus. What? He doubles up, hugging himself, and is racked by coughing that leaves his lips wet with blood. Yeah, I was confused when the guy said, for Janus. Forgive me, your lordship. If only I'd known it was you. My eyes deceived me. We have little time now, but I swear I'll tell you everything. Oh, I can only ask a couple things. Looking closely at the old man, the tech priest utters, nerve toxin. The inevitable cessation of vital functions is expected in no more than 60 seconds. Silent clicks emitted by the visor indicate an ongoing picked recording. You help the rebels gain access to the estate. Say whatever it is you want to say and be quick about it. In the name of the Golden Throne, your lordship, show mercy on the humble workers. The salt of Janus, save them. Vistenza Viet, the untouchable governor and leader of the nobility, is creating something monstrous behind closed doors. She uses the Imperium's interests as a smokescreen and purports to be a scholar, but her actions are poisoning our planet. Did you know that the settlements that fail to pay their due tithes? Did you know that sounds? Did you say on time have been allowed to pay with people instead? They even deliver them to order. Sometimes old folks, sometimes children. He lowers his voice to a whisper and leans towards you. I've seen those people. I've seen them being delivered to the estate, and they're never seen or heard from again. They go into the secret rooms and they don't come out again, your lordship, ever. So I wonder if the person that was mutated that she was talking about, she's the one that mutated him. Peasants who were taken to Uruk V to serve House Orselio were never seen or heard from again either. They became loyal servants and toiled for the good of a great dynasty. Why should they ever return to their filthy, squalid abodes? I want to know why Cassie didn't sense any like deception as well. Talking of luck, side chick. The old servant lets out a moan. The dark stain on his arm seems to creep through his veins until his arms and neck are lattice work or black. The servant's breath quickens and becomes irregular. You accuse the governor with only conjecture and rumor to back up your words. How dare you? What secret rooms? Hidden chambers deep within the palace. I've never been inside, thankfully. The servants who are allowed in, the ones the governor trusts, they change. She changes them, pretties them up, defiles them. I feel like there's some truth to this guy's words. I feel like there's some truth to this guy's words. We might have to arrest this woman. You accuse the rogue trader's appointed governor of heresy. If your words are false, they themselves are tantamount to heresy. But if what you say is true, if it's true, then your sacrifice will be to your credit, my good man. Argenta utters these last words with impassioned conviction. I swear I am not lying. Pray for me, holy sister, for me and for Janus. The servant shakes and coughs violently. I'm not sure I'll last long enough to answer all your questions. You can still be saved. Let's say this. No, don't waste your time on somebody who's as good as dead already. I'll depart this world happily, knowing that I am free from the clutches of that monster sitting on the governor's throne. The old man starts to convulse, indicating that he is close to death. He raises his already unseen eyes to you. Your lordship, if you'll permit a dying man to make one last request. Don't tell anyone that I was the one who unlocked the doors. If you do, they'll go after my family, my home. No, I have not asked all my questions. I will keep your secret. Please save us. Save Janus. The servant rasps violently and collapses on his side, racked with convulsions. Okay, secret doors, yo. Secret doors. My perception is...
Authorized.
None shall stand in my way.
My perception is like maxed. So I'm gonna find these doors. Security officer, loot. We need to find some truth. We're gonna end up killing this woman. Vin Zilex. Draped in red cloak, the Magos's body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in Techna Lingua to the servo skull floating next to him, but at your approach he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Vin Zilex, how may I serve you? This is the guy that I can probably trade with. Pascal and Lex Mechanic exchange trills of Vinharic greetings. The series of sounds issued by Vin Zilex sounds much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here on Janus? The tech priest's mechanical voice comes from the speaker on his neck. By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of Adeptus Administratum in order to catalog agronomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brava. Your diligence, no, I'm joking, and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites slightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. The tech priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Janus. Initialize and report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production process and logistics operations. Traces of xeno activity that do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations. Undesirable pathologies. Why can't I read that?
Pathologic.
Pathologies. Right, I think I'm saying it right. Relating to a condition caused by or involving a disease. Where am I? Pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted, which may pose a threat in the short term. What pathologies in the flora and fauna? What did I click? Traces of xeno activity. According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. The Lex mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magus Hanneman. What pathologies in the flora and fauna? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often, and if no action is taken, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. Irreparably disrupted. We know what it means, but I'm saying it all wrong, right? Irreparably is what I'm saying.
Irreparable.
Irreparable. The changes may be artificial. Has the possibility been considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space? Not at all, venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with a thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. Interested. It is often what seem to be insignificant anomalies like these that lead to greater troubles. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? I have analyzed the genome of the affected species, and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organism resistant to pathology. But so far, I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up the process, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Let's talk about something else. How many servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus are there on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomats. The total number amounts to 253. Correction, based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. How are things with you and your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress and the prospects is assessed as encouraging. We will speak later, as you wish. Goods. Give me that. Goods. Get it?
Operation successful.
So there must be a secret door
Victory awaits.
in this place. What is this? Ah, so this is the person. I didn't really see her fighting. Or I did, she was the sniper. What's this say? I can't see it. An otherworldly silence reigns under the arches of the gazebo. Perhaps a sound barrier generator is mounted in the dome. I'm gonna have to fight her if I fight the governor.
Iliad Lenevus greets you, Elantark.
Yurliet. The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the Eldari, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
Nah, Heinrichs is bugging. Heinrichs tosses out some words in a strange language. There's a hint of musicality to it, but the interrogator's rendering is harsh and operative. After meeting the gaze of the unknown being, Heinrichs turns to you.
There is no need to mutilate my language, monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
You have 10 seconds to get out of my sight, Xenos, starting now. Rogue trader von Valancius will never speak to vermin such as Xenos as if they were equals. So if you want to live, you will address me with proper respect. I'll speak with you, Yurliet Lenavis. But keep your hands where I can see them. To be honest, the only part I understood was that you have no desire to fight. That is one thing we have in common. Heinrich makes a sound of disapproval. Reckless, he's crazy.
Must I remind you, Master Van Calox, that the warrant endows rogue traders with the sacred right to have dealings with Xenos when necessary? That exceptional memory of yours seems to have let you down.
Let him know, our blood. You might have to smack him.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
Yurlia inclines her head by an infinitesimal amount. So you're the governor's mysterious helper. Why are you helping the governor? What do you know about the rank and file rebels? Do you know who's behind the uprisings on the planet? How did you come to be on Janus? Why do you call me Elantark? Attack, die, Xenos. I spoke to the Magos in charge of the operations on the planet. He says something's gone wrong with this world. There are spontaneous mutations, animal attacks. Maybe you have something to say about that. Do you know who is behind the uprisings on the planet?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Awareness to succeed. Yurlet's face is unreadable. but you detect a strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Okay. Why do you call me Ellen Tuck?
Because that is what you are. Elantark means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
So you're the governor's mysterious helper.
I am Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
Your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Elantark. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
Okay. Yeah, we want her to join. Her and Heinrichs are gonna be going at it like crazy. I spoke to the Magos in charge of the operations on the planet.
The Lilithon is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures. But what the machine man told you, that is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
If you want, you can join me.
So be it. I will go with you.
Nice. Yolette is silent for several seconds, her gaze fixed on something beyond you. Slowly drawing out her words, she replies.
With all due respect, are you sure this is the right decision? We know nothing about this Xenos, or why she has wormed her way into the governor's confidence. As far as I can tell, she isn't especially keen to help us, and yet, for some obviously dark reason, she has decided to take part in our investigation.
My judgments and choices are for me alone, Monkey. If uniting with your master will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
Whoa!
You have not yet spent enough time among humans if you think threats will dispose me more favorably toward you. The decision is yours, Rogue Trader. But let me be clear. I will terminate your pet Xenos at the first sign of her non-compliance.
Sheesh!
I am ready, Elantark. Let us go forth.
Yolette is a Xenos, one of Soyani. She is a ranger who follows the path of the outcast, and her skills in range combat are without equal. Yolette does not use human weapons and can wear either Eldari armor or, if she learns the required feature, Drukhari armor. Yolette's unique ability instantly ends her turn. However, at the start of her next turn, she will make an attack that always hits its target. I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. Heinrichs. Oh shit, she has to be here. She kicked Heinrichs out. Ooh, I like the party though. I do like this party. Yeah, I like this party. You know what I mean?
Speak, Elantark.
She doesn't use human weapons. This is all. This all has been chosen for me. Now I need to know. Bounty Hunter. Let's get it. I feel like she's gonna be a decent bounty hunter. And we will see. We'll see. Weapons and stuff. So she cannot use anything of ours, but she can use this. Why not? Why not? Might as well just give her. I'm not even reading it. Can she use this? She can. Give her a little fire grenade, you know? Courtesy of the Imperium. Alright, let's see what she's got. Let's see if she's good. Let's see if she's nice. What the hell did I do? Oh, I just pressed one. I want to save it. Okay, so we've got Yurliet. And we now, honestly, I want to see if,
Farseer to guide my future.
oops. What did I hit? F1? That's all that red shit there. Fine. Fair enough. Gotta make friends with all the girls. Xenos or not. We're gonna see if we can get a little bit closer. What else? What else? So, secret rooms in this bitch.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
State Warden. The state is under control. You are completely safe, Your Lordship. I think there's some truth to that dying man's wish. But I'm not sure. Really, what I want to do is I just want to get the food to footfall into other places. That's what I really want to do. This was the gazebo area. Yep.
It's about time.
What a splendid estate. I have seen pics of our ancient manors in the House Orselio archives. This place is very similar.
It's a pity you were denied the chance to grow up in such surroundings. I can just picture a young lady navigator, relaxing with a book in the garden after her lessons.
Alright, Alvalad, calm down, man. Your days are over. You know? 60%.
I didn't?
The fountain is an expensive toy for the nobility. Pure water is currently bubbling from it, but additional pipes on it indicate the presence of separate siphons for sparkling wine and other beverages. Jeez, people just out here just drinking a lot. What else? This looks like a secret area. Oh. Who's this? Me and Cassie? Look, can we get down to the water this way? Could we perhaps take a brief detour for a closer look? That's Cassie, right? It's Cassie and me. It's about time you come around. Wait, who's this? His lordship Sir Deepest von Valantis, rogue trader. Trader bearer of the Warren trade. Who is this?
A new challenge for me?
Forgive me for so boldly steering you away from the others. It's just, I simply wish to spend just a brief moment admiring the breathtaking nature of this place, reflected in Cassia's eyes. The bright blue sky looks as though it is engulfed in a blazing sunset. Within the station's walls, I could never hope to see anything like this. A sky or a sea or green leaves. I only know them from meager memories of my childhood. Or perhaps my mind simply made those up. Even my books, my heart, and mind's blissful escape could do little to help me. When a scribe grows so used to what surrounds them each and every day, they begin to take it for granted, and they never think to write just a few lines about it. But for me, to marvel at the grand canopy of the sky again is a true blessing. Pick a nearby flower and give it to Cassia. Here is your chance to take a small piece of this place with you. Move closer to Cassia and silently take in the view. In that case, I imagine you have never set foot in sea waters before. Would you like to try? All of these are good. All of these are good. So she likes to be spoken to in sympology ways, you know. So I think we do the flower. Please let me say the others though. Will you marry me? No, I'm joking. Hey, I think I get to say all of these. Cassia gingerly accepts the flower from your hands. Its petals are like velvet, and the fragrance, it is both sweet and spicy. A fascinating specimen of the local plant life, and I do not remember seeing it in the great concordance of flora and verdure within the Cronus Expanse record by Nagos biologists. Clarissa Prot. Cassia stops herself sheepishly, although I suppose I simply ought to thank you for it. This flower is very beautiful indeed. Move closer to Cassia. Cassia relishes every breath of fresh air, her eyes half closed, listening to the sounds of birds hidden from view by the treetops. When the tips of your fingers touch lightly, Cassia starts. The tips of your fingers touch lightly, Cassia starts, but does not remove her hand. Several minutes pass in the timid silence, like mere moments, and eventually she pulls away. This place eases the soul, wouldn't you agree? In that case, I imagine, let's say it, step into the sea? Me? Cassia glances uncertainly at the playful foam licking the sandy shore. Offer her your hand. There is nothing to fear. We shall just let our feet soak a little. Oh. Intrigued, Cassia cocks her head to one side. Mischievous dashes of yellow and lilac are fluttering in the wind like bands all around you. I have never seen you exude such colors before. How unexpected. Cassia gives a quick nod and warily stretches out her long, narrow hand. It is cold to the touch. Jeez, everyone just watching like, what is her Deepest doing down there? Heinrichs is like, I knew it. Jeez. She's got the giggles. I'm in there. The sea, it's so wet and cold, and the tiny pebbles tickle my feet. Cassia's reserved seriousness gives way to genuine wonder. I never thought it would be so agreeable and a little startling. Thank you for encouraging me. Cassia catches herself, her expression changing in a flash. She gently frees her hand and awkwardly looks away. It is time we were on our way. Already? Yes, of course, Cassia gives the azure expanse of the sea, a parting glance, and whispers quietly, I think I know what my next painting will be. Yo, this thing needs to stop following me, man. Medicaid, 25%. I don't have better.
Something of interest.
Chains or ropes or shackles on the end can be seen in water. So
I'm
Victory
still new
awaits.
to the art of
see.
exploring.
Chartist's pendant. The wearer gains fellowship and tends to commerce. If the wearer has dogmatic, I don't really have dogmatic, right? But that would be for Cassie if correct. What was it? It was kind of gold looking, right? Where is it? There's... Okay, we are ready. Ooh, what's this? Goods.
None shall stand in my way.
What is this? Warp conductive frame. The Psycho Raven gains 20% willpower and 50% maximum wounds whenever it relays a psychic power. What is this? This can be equipped by a pet. Familiar. Hey, yeah, it's good we came to this place. About time. Law
I've read
Imperium.
about this.
The chapel is built out of luxurious materials, but the holy place looks half abandoned. You cannot smell any burnt incense in the air. You see no seals of cleansing on the doors, and you hear no prayers, no human voices or vox recordings. The place seems like it was recently disturbed. Dust has been swept from the stones. There is some unidentifiable dirt between the cracks. You notice several thin scratches on the surface. So here's this. Tedious Quint. What we got going on here? Why is this thing following me? That's one of my things from my ship, maybe. The stooped man wearing a cloak of the Adeptus Administratum is reviewing information on a data slate while he's quietly wearing mechanical arms for a long scroll with writing. Upon noticing you, the man stretches his thin lips into a smile and deferentially bows. Did I not read this? The light in his eyes of the servo skull hovering over his right shoulder gently pulsate. Your lordship, what an honor it is to address you in person. Allow me to introduce myself. Atelius Quint, Prefectus of the Officio Agricotae. I will preserve the record of our conversation forever. No, don't do all that. I uncovered the servant who betrayed the governor. Here is the place where you'll find his body. Jeez. What record of our conversation? What do you think of Vicenza Viet? Yeah, record this. The governor is a superb leader. She possesses an excellent grasp of all matters and never uses an incorrect form for a given situation. I do not pry into her personal affairs, but if I may speak plainly, a lady who fills out paperwork with such finesse cannot be a bad person in my view. What do you have to say about the governor's helper, Yerliet? Atelius looks askance at Yerliet and offers a strange smile. A highly exceptional individual. After today's regretful event, I am beginning to hold her talents in particular esteem. Verily, even mutants who have seen the light of the God Emperor can faithfully serve his flock. Moreover, Yerliet's particular abilities could be an interesting subject of study for the Magos biologists. That elongated head-shaped Those eyes, judging by the skull that was given to me to send on to footfall, such developmental anomalies on Janus are not a quirk of nature, but some kind of inheritable trait. Yeliet freezes completely, turning into a living statue. What did you say? Oh, madame, have my words upset you? I'm certain your kinsman would be delighted to learn that people wish to make pretty presse papier out of her remains. And besides, I could be wrong about the nature of his origins. What skull are you talking about? A most remarkable item, I must say, a true anomaly. One moment. After rummaging in a nearby container, Attilius draws out a parcel, which he immediately unwraps. Here it is. I believe the finished piece was intended to be given as a gift to the governor, but under the current circumstances, I doubt I will be able to send it to Footfall anytime soon. Yeliet stares at the skull in silence. You can see her jaw working under her delicate skin. After a few seconds, she abruptly turns away. Pascal's Mechadendrites reach towards Attilius with interest, seeming to unnerve him a little bit. Adequately preserved, it is a pity that it is empty inside. It could have become a proper servo skull herald for the rogue trader. Unorthodox. A curiosity like this would look very nice on my desk. I mean, yes, of course, undoubtedly, whatever you wish, your lordship. If that will raise your spirits after the recent incident. Strange skull. Yeliet grits her teeth and burns you with a look of utter disdain. You need to chill, girl. What do you know about the attack on the estate? A disgraceful incident, simply disgraceful. I cannot believe these scoundrels would dare to come so close and to drag their nobility into this as well. If they penetrate the estate, that means they had help from some worthless servant or other. Security is currently questioning the survivors, but the culprit has not been found yet. Aquilus Quint smiles unpleasantly. Tell me about Janus. What is happening on the planet? Alas, your lordship, rebellions have caused us too many problems in recent times. The rebels are interfering with established processes, interrupting supply, sabotaging the serfs' work. A few nobles have even been killed, and worst of all, some of the victims occupied important administrative posts. Until their replacements pass their checks, complete all their induction forms, and go through the official appointment procedure, important paperwork is going unsigned. It's a bureaucratic catastrophe. If things continue in this vein, I dare not even imagine what it could lead to. There are worlds that are ravaged by war for generations. Generations, your lordship. Like that deranged planet by the nameless star, so close to our own peaceful system. The inhabitants there supposedly live under the patronage of rogue trader Winterscale. I shudder to think what he has created there. I want to know details. Where have the rebels struck and how? Who is directing the rebels? Does anyone know? The rebels are well armed and well trained. What's more, the governor's advisors are inclined to think that the instigators of the rebellions are very familiar with the planet's terrain and climate. My ordinates are going through registration records day and night, looking for individuals who have completed military training, but we have so far been unable to identify the scoundrel. What are you doing to combat the rebels? Our security services are tracking those who support the rebels, and our regular wardens are wiping out these saboteurs without the slightest mercy, but they keep on appearing. My scribes have been run off their feet, keeping records of all the public hearings and executions, but I am confident that the governor will find a solution soon. I want to know details. Where have the rebels struck and how? Of course, I would be delighted to furnish you with all the information I have. In the last few months, 15 organized attacks and 7 terrorist attacks have been perpetrated. Irrigation equipment has been sabotaged in our agrarian sectors 3 to 5. Transport routes 2, 7, 4, 13, and also. I suppose this will not tell you much. Please, with a fussy gesture, he presses several buttons on his datascape screen, and a three-dimensional map with coordinates of attacks appear on your calculator. Nice. The data is superbly collated, and the map clearly displays the actions of the rebels. At first glance, there seems to be no logic to their campaign. But after analyzing the data and the features of the terrain, you notice a clear system indicating a geographical pattern to their attacks. That's enough for now. Of course, your lordship. What are your duties here? By the grace of the God Emperor, I oversee the administrative apparatus on the planet and serve as a secretary. I am also responsible for the logistics related to supplying the planets of Von Valancius dynasty and the timely payment of tithes to the Imperium's official collectors. When did the collector ships last come to Janus? Oh, your lordship, I must confess that as yet I have not had the pleasure of filling out a sacred tithe protocol form, as the last Imperial ships to come here did so under my predecessor. Come to think of it, that would have been several decades ago. I do hope the logisticians responsible for such an unforgivable oversight lose their heads over this. Speaking of Von Valancius dynasty, when were the last shipments sent? Okay. Oh, your lordship, our supply shipments are all in order. All foodstuffs and other items are ready for export and are simply awaiting the arrival of the transport ships. However, given the current circumstances on the planet, Janus could not provide even one trench? Trenchy? Tranche? Tranche. One of several parts of a financial agreement payment amount. One tranche more than what is already prepared. I am certain the situation will be rectified in the near future. That's enough. As you wish, your lordship. What record of our conversation? I must take my leave. I look forward to meeting you again, your lordship.
I won't tolerate weakness.
I'm actually interested in this story. I want to know if the governor is doing weird things. I feel like she is. What is this? Where am I? Can I go over here? Nope. Goods. It's a dead body, yo. Dried berries. Oh, I see. This is Peeps though, right? What else? What have we got? More goods. Couple grenades. My ship. So we just need to go down here. Law.
We
My
need to
house would be
investigate.
proud of me.
Sealed containers marked with the familiar insignia of the Monitorum and additional seals of a forge world unknown to you. The crates contain high-grade weapons likely made to order. What's this? Hot shot. Lasgun. The most effective representatives of the local flora are assembled in the flower bed. Unfamiliar fruits are ripening on the carefully pruned plants. Alright, so something's gonna happen here. We've been everywhere. Okay. Save. Alright, I need to make something to eat.